Dynamic Flame of Fire and Miracle Ministry.
Paradise in hell. And the word paradise stands for a good house that have all qualification, but is built in hell and you don't know. Land and houses are easily possessed by strange forces. By the time you remove the problem of environmental battle, the battle that people are facing where they live, by the time you minus it from the African man's trouble, his problem would have been 95% solved. A lot of people are living in polluted houses. Many have built their house on polluted land. And because of this, there is a lamentation in the heart of the Almighty. There is serious lamentation. The house you are living now might just be the reason why you didn't go far in life. Where you build that business, where you build that shop, may just be the reason why everything about you seems to hang, remain in one spot. All your effort have just remained in one spot. If you live in a house that have spiritual problem, you will not make it, even if you are prayerful. It will be by struggle. Leviticus chapter 18 verse 25. And the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself vomited out her inhabitants. The land is defiled. And because the land is defiled, it vomits out the inhabitant. Certain things can make a land where your house is now to be defiled. And once a land is defiled and you build your house on it, you have built a paradise in hell. You have built a paradise in hell. Immediately, a house is built on a polluted land. That house is now referred to as paradise in hell. No matter how wonderful it is. As I'm talking now, you may be wondering, I say, I've stayed in this yard for 20 years. This is where I had my first son, my second son, my this, that, my dad. You start counting. But you don't know that all you have is just 10% out of 100%. So 90% has been destroyed. But you don't know. 90% have been what? Destroyed. And you don't know. Deuteronomy chapter 7. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 25. Verse 25. The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire silver or gold that is on them. None take it unto this. Let that be snare therein for it. For it is an abomination unto the Lord thy God. Go to verse 26. Go to verse 26 quickly. Neither shalt thou bring abomination into thy house. There are things that immediately they enter your house, that house is destroyed, even though it's still standing. Nobody will make progress there again. That is why we call for sanitation. Neither shalt thou bring abomination into thy house. If you do, lest there be a costing like it. Lest you be like the way it is, but thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a costing. So there are things that will enter your house. they will marry the house. People will start dreaming bad dream. People, your business will not scattered. Everything about you start running backward. Before you start calling your mother in the village a winch, check where your house is. Check where that shop is. Check where that school is. You will find out that something is wrong there. A brother found a shop, a big warehouse, and they gave it to him for just 1 million naira. A warehouse that you should pay up to 20 million for a year. But he rented it 1 million. And he paid for 4 years. To him, it was a testimony. And he moving his Caterpillar tire. Moving there. Caterpillar tires. You know how expensive they are. He moved in there with 18 boys that were serving him. But within 6 months, he buried 5 of them. In another 5 months, he buried 4 of them. Nobody was buying. The business started running down. Anytime he goes to meet his Pentecostal pastor, the pastor will tell him that no, whatsoever that is born of God overcometh the world. Once you're a child of God, you don't have any business with a demon. They are gone. That gospel is a gospel that has led many people to early grave. When there are occultic men introducing themselves to you that we are occult. And you are saying that you have nothing with them. So, the brother sat at the front of that shop crying, the warehouse. I use over 190 million to put goods here. Now even to eat is a problem. Well, just lamenting. So a neighbor saw him. I said, okay, Chuku, I used to know you. I said, a long time. Where do you live? He said, I live down the street. So you are the one that owns this business? I said, yes. They didn't tell you before you bring the business here? The master don't understand. What? He said, that place, where they built that warehouse, some years ago, 2 pregnant women fought because they were marrying one man. And they used knife to stab themselves to death. They buried them there. That place. That's where they buried them. And the brother said, He now went straight and met the landlord. He said, landlord, you didn't tell me that that was what they put there. You would have told me I wouldn't have rented that place. My business has scattered. My boys are dying. They are calling me a ritualist. And the landlord said, that day you came, you said you go to Pentecostal church. And that you can pray. That's why we give it to you. Besides, the rent is cheap. We're supposed to rent that place 20 million, but we give it to you for 1 million. Because we believe that you will drive away those wicked spirits that have been fighting people. The last man that used that place for printing press, the printing press cut off the cutting machine, cut out the wife's hand. So we thought that you are strong. If we know, we wouldn't have rent the place to you. And the brother came to sanitation, like the way you have come. Came with sand, with broom, because he heard about the program on television. So after the program, he went there. You know, normally when you get to the house, you have to spread the sand everywhere. Then lock the door, come out for 30 minutes. Nobody will be inside. After the 30 minutes, that's when you open it and join the broom plus other broom and sweep the whole house out. Alongside, you add salt together to the sand. So that was what the brother did. Locked the place, came out. Before his gray eyes, started hearing people packing. 2 women packing. Making knots, packing their bag. What is there? What is going on there? Who are the people there? And that was how everything was restored back again. I want to pray the first prayer. I beg you that your amen will be loud so that the sons can collect the decree that any stranger that is living in your house and you are not aware that there are other spirits in that house, when the sand and the broom get there, they will run out of the house for you. Your amen is not loud enough. Your amen amen is not loud enough. Your amen is not loud enough. This spirit we are talking about, they are strange in their manifestation. They are strange. But how do they come into being? Let's go back to that Leviticus. Let's go straight to verse 27 and 28. Leviticus 18. Let's go now to verse 27 and 28. A lot of you are struggling where you are living now. That is because it's a paradise in hell. You are just looking at the house, and some will say, but my landlord is a pastor. We are talking of spirits now. Look at what the Bible says. It said, for all this abomination have the men of the land done which were before you. And the land is defiled. You are not the one that did that in there. The people that did it, they've gone. I entered a shop, then I wasn't married, to eat. And when I entered, I saw a crowd of people. I was even greeting some of them, and they were greeting me back. So the woman, this Akwa Ibom woman, came out and said, who are you talking to? I said, madam, the whole place is crowded. Are you not seeing people eating? He said, I'm not seeing anybody. That was when, and I saw empty chair. I said, Jesus. So I ran out of the shop. Because I've greeted people, and they greeted me. Both men and women. Everybody is eating. Some with draw soup, some with native soup, some with okoro. Everything just clear at once. Cockroaches came all over me. So they were no human beings. I said, madam, I saw people. And the woman started crying. That she will cook food for 5 days. She will be warming it, nobody to buy it. So finally, I introduced Dynamic to her, and she came. And during one of the sanitation, she had a message like this. So that led her to go and ask the landlord, what's that place you built the shop? Because nobody that rented those shops are making progress. What was there? And the landlord said, why are you asking such question? What, is there any problem? The woman said, no. I went to a church today. What they teach in that church is different from the church we are going to, where they tell us, oh, she, oh, Baba, oh, she, oh, Baba. Please, what is in that land? And the landlord said, okay, since you asked, that place was a cemetery in those days. Winch, strong winch. Ask a lot of people. They have where they used to bury strong winches in those days. But the bottom line is that some of you have bought such places. No wonder you are not getting well. No wonder you are hearing noise. No wonder you are asking, who is there? Who is calling my name? And nobody answer you. He said that place was a cemetery in those days. Winch went strong. We go throw away the body there. You not go bury him. Make it just rot it there. The woman said, So it is the spirit of those people that have been coming to eat. And because they've occupied everywhere, nobody was coming in. If where you are living had blocked your progress, those demons shall get out of your way. Your amen is not loud enough. So you see, these are things that were done many years ago. It was not even the landlord that did it. For all this abomination as a man of the land done, which were before you. And because of that, the land is defiled. That is why you need spiritual sanitation. So that is the level 1 of what brought pollution. That can make your house a paradise in hell. A lot of people, ever since they packed to that house, they've never slept well. Something used to wake them up. They will sleep a little, they will wake up. Others, they've never celebrated anything good in that place. It's only when the rent has expired. Some small door will open so that you can renew it. Once you renew it, locked again. Some ever since you pack your school, your business, your company to that place, it's no longer the way it used to be in the former place. Why? Pollution. A man bought a land and he came to call me. Where is the land? Let's go. So I went there. So I wanted to enter the land. The Spirit of God said, stop. So I stopped. So I asked them to bring shovel. I brought shovel. I said, dig here. They dig. Because he was with some boys. He wanted me to pray, then they can lay foundation. They dig. They brought out human skull. 10 of them. I walked for, said, dig here. They dig again. They brought out 8 human skulls from ground. With bones, with leg, with fingers. Human skulls. They dig them out. And the man became scared. 10 here, 8 here, that's 18. I said, dig again. They dig somewhere. And they brought 16 human skulls. The one that the shovel scattered, we are not counting those ones. And they gathered them. The man said, we'll not build the house again. So he went straight to the landlord. I said, look at what will happen. Look at what we saw. If my old phone was here, the pictures were still there. And the man said, oh, it's true. Che, this world, na small thing, na small place. That place, some people that went to war, they died, so they buried them in one place. Oh, that is the piece of land my father used to tell me about. Oh, okay, they've removed them. You can build your house. Although the man was scared, but I told him, build your house. Imagine he would have built on top of pollution. Anywhere that the body of a man or a woman that died before his or her time is laid is an entrance to the world of horror. Anywhere that is somebody died a violent death, he wasn't expecting the death. Like those people that fire burnt their body at Okebe. Wherever they bury those bodies, an entrance to the world of horror. That is what you call ghost. So ghosts are real. Read your Bible. The Bible said that when Jesus died and he resurrected, he said the dead that were in the grave, they came out. And they went to the city and showed themselves to their brethren. They were dead, though, but they went and appeared. And their brother said, Obakwe, you are dead. Say, yes, I'm dead. But I just want to show myself. And they vanished. So ghosts are real. Your forefather that does not have a copy of the Bible, they know all this. They knew all this. So, when a person dies on strange death, they put a chain around the grave. Why are they putting the chain? To let you know that the spirit is worrying. Some, they have to go and appease them. Now let me tell you. If I have not seen some things, probably my belief will be one side. But in this church, we have a well-known member who married a man. They lived in Obigbo for a long time. They have 2 children. Until one day in church here, I told her, how many of you can still remember her? You know her, well? Okay. I said, where's your husband? He says in the house. I said, no, your husband is dead. He said, God forbid. I said, how? He's dead. He's a ghost to marry. It was like a prank. She's pregnant. As she got to the house, all the pictures she entered with the man's face was burnt in those pictures. You could not see the faces. And the man dropped a note. Now that you know who I am, take the children to my parents. It's my promise to them. You may think the story ended there. We now selected a reverend that was our member from Eleme. You know him, right? Eh? I said, go with her. So they went to Imo State, where the man dropped the note. And they met this husband and wife, advance. I said, do you people know so person? He said, yes. I'm his wife. They laughed. He's dead, though. How can you be his wife? Are you sure you know who you're talking about? They will run inside and brought a picture. Say, hey, that's him, that's him. He said, come. They went to the back. So that's his grave. But why is he doing this? Another woman brought these 2 children. Now you have brought these 2. So she dropped those 2 children. She's still living in Obigbo till tomorrow. These things are real. That is why your forefather used to put a chain around the grave to secure the spirit from going out to cause more harm. Sometimes some people died and they suspected that someone killed him. They will light a torch in a hand, put a knife in the grave, and they bury it. Is that true? Yes, those things you were seeing were not play. And many times, some of your weakest stepbrothers can go to the grave of your father and stir them up with some little nairas and some hot drink. A lot of ghosts, they like hot drink. And send him after you. You start seeing your late father or your late mother appearing in the dream. And the more you are looking at him, the more you don't get well. That's why the dream of seeing dead people is not a good dream. And of course, you remember Yanagwa is here. Go to FMC and ask what happened. The people in the mortuary, they came out. And they bought drinks on credit. And they went back. And the woman went and said, some people came from here and they bought drink. Where are they? He said, nobody from here. He said, they came from here now. They said that they would return my bottle. By the time they went inside the mortuary, all the drinks, all the Gouda and the stout, they were there, the empty bottles. If you know anybody in FMC, Federal Medical Center, in Yanagwa, just call to confirm what I tell you. So there are ghosts. And many of these ghosts, they cause problem. Have you ever packed into a house and the first night you live there, something was struggling with you on the bed? These are the signs that you are not the only one in that house. They are giving you a sign that, look, you are an intruder. Even though you pay the landlord, say you are an intruder. You have come to disturb us. I pray that when the sound and the broom get there, every ghost there will pack out by fire. Your amen needs to go louder. Lots of houses are polluted. A lot of houses are destroyed. A lot of houses have killed more than the third world. Many people, they are just laboring for strange powers that they themselves don't understand. That's why there is a lamentation in the heart of God. Because a lot of God's children are living below their level of breakthroughs. 2, because of these environmental graveyard spirits, so many people that are living in wrong houses. You are living in a house and your landlord is one of these cults who has killed so many people. That house will be making noise. Sometimes I see people are cooking in the kitchen. They are all paradise in hell. I begin to discover that many estates, not all, you see in the cities, whether Port Harcourt, whether Lagos, whether Abuja, they are built by a group of occultic men. Some of these estates, and they have strong security there. It's hard to let people in. It's hard to let people out. They're always complaining. This person is disturbing. He's coming with so many crowds. They agreed. I was to get a property somewhere. And one of the man in the estate called me. He said, come, don't buy that property from that man. All of us you are seeing here, we belong to a deep secret court. He mentioned the name. I wouldn't like to mention such name here. He said, our agreement is that no outsider will live with us. But this man has broken the rules. This man day, that one day, this one day, that one day. Even me that is talking to you, pastor, I do. A lot of estates where if you are a tenant there, it's as if you commit a crime. They are occultic men and women. They will look beautiful. If you enter their house, POP tiles everywhere. But outside that is the grave that swallows people's glory. I pray that if you are here and you have been laboring for your landlord and you are not aware, recover your glory now. Recover, 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 recover. Recover, recover. Recover. That is why every amen you are saying today, on the broom, on the sand, it will get there and discharge a command. Remember the last spiritual sanitation we did? Somebody took the sand home, put it in all the corner of the house, and something happened. The husband was in the bedroom. The husband is a lecturer that anytime they come to church, and I'm saying these things, he will pinch the wife and call it fairy tale. Say, ha, pastor, don't start again. Now, why? How is that possible? But he had an experience that scared him. The wife got home from the sanitation and dropped the sand or the corner. The husband was in the bedroom. So the woman came out. All of a sudden, a power entered the house and began to pack 4 television, 4 chairs, 4 minutes, sweep. And the man started shouting, Margaret, what did you put inside the house? He said, it's sand. From where? All these people, they are matching me. They are matching me. They want to break the door. And after like 15 minutes, the sound stopped. That was when the man experienced promotion. And that was when doors opened and they built their own house and packed out. After this spiritual sanitation, God will increase your speed if you say louder, amen. Your amen must be louder than the way you say it now.